Notes for my October 2024 reading of a 2009 autobiography of Michael Phelps. I'm filming this Thursday, 3 October 2024. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. It is 2009, but they even made sure, like, let's make this clear on the binding. So, because it's been updated to include through 2009 World Championships. So 2009, even if it was published in 2008, this is 2009, this particular copy. Okay, this is a public library copy, and the librarians want you to know 2009. And I used to volunteer at the library, and that's the same library system, so I'm being my little librarian nerdy self. Okay, so these are my book and reading notes from my October 2024 reading of an autobiography on swimmer Michael Phelps, No Limits: The Will to Succeed by Michael Phelps, with Alan Abrahamson. December 2009, free press trade paperback edition, paperback. ISBN in the video description. I started reading the book on Tuesday, 1 October 2024 and finished the book on today, Thursday, 3 October 2024. It was 259 pages, including the about the author and photography credits sections. It took me 3 days. I read 110 pages on Tuesday, 100 pages Wednesday, and then 49 pages today, Thursday, finishing it. Worth pointing out as an introduction, month and year mark of August 2023. True, they used to not have it at the library. It must be a new edition, as they deem he is more relevant than ever before. When they finally get rid of the oppressive name King for the county, can they remove this book too? Okay, yeah, so it's a new addition to the library system. Even though it was published in 2009, doesn't mean it always hits the shelves at the libraries at that time. And if it does, doesn't mean it stays. I didn't remember searching for this like a decade ago or something like that, and it wasn't there. There you go. And now they have it. It feels a bit out of place considering the biographies not on the shelves, such as Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, William Boeing, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Page, and Sergey Brin. But anyway, let's jump in. Book notes, including construction and design. So they're full text pages, small to medium font with like maybe 1.0 spacing. Name of the title, but without the subtitle. So The Will to Succeed is called a subtitle. So the title's at the top left, so it's even pages. Odd pages is the chapter, and then page numbers are at the bottom of the page. I appreciated that there was no italicization nor bold for emphasis. There is italicization for like the name of a publisher. However, I'm not a fan of like people being like trying to like really, slam that whatever point in with italics or bolds. I'm not a fan of that. That is not written to appeal to me. Tanis Coralee Leonhardi. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. So these are what the chapters look like. It's a number and then the name of the title. There are pictures, and they're on the same type of page, grayscale / black and white, and at the back of the book, the very last page with text on it is actually a photography credit section. And they're numbered, the pictures are numbered, and then the number corresponds to the credit at the end of the book. Okay. So, was there anything? Yes, there's occasional missing words, such as in on page 20 and he on page 118. There's more than that, but I was like, can I take note of like 2, since I brought up plural? Right? There's occasional typos, such as father instead of farther on page 189, and was instead of what on page 248. So kind of basic mistakes, and like they're the ones where I can read it and I go, okay, it's supposed to be this instead, but like they're still typos. Yeah. Reading notes. This is a pushing product type biography, yet meaning the author may make a handsome sum from companies by naming them in the book. I have not ever met the guy, Michael Phelps. I do not know the guy, and based on the content of his book, I would reckon he does not even know my name. It is Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle, Bergen, Norway. There is one universal truth for men like Michael Phelps. They live their lives exactly like in their biographies / autobiographies. Is he a death seeker, someone who would rather die than wait? Okay. And then, so these are my like kind of intro to the reading notes and notes other than the 15 flags I have, which we're going to have to go through quickly. Rapid fire. Okay. What did they say? His net worth, so this wasn't in the book, but I was trying to remember. What did they say? His net worth was 1.8 billion United States of America dollars for the 2008 Summer Olympic Games alone. That was not included in the book. Okay. He very much makes it clear in this book, a tone is that he is American made and represents America, and he's a very proud American Republican, which is actually oddly refreshing, I would say, especially these days. He is like me and like United States, he's like me in a way that he liked United States of America President George W. Bush when he was president. Yes, we had a Al Gore versus George W. Bush before he was elected when I was like in 3rd grade when they were first elected, and I remember people were like, George W. Bush wants slaves or something like that, and so we all voted Gore. No, it was actually pretty close. Did Bush win in our class? Washington State, the young uns aren't that Democrat. Just fun tidbit per my experience. But point being, I actually liked George W. Bush as I aged, especially towards like 2008, 2009. Okay. I cannot remember if I have voted for Michael Phelps as a write-in candidate. I've put in some aquatic sports people. I don't remember if Michael Phelps is one of them. I'm making full use of the write-in option here in Washington State, United States of America, Planet Earth Original. I hear he is all over Pastersky these days. He just adores that required swim class as part of the MIT Massachusetts Institute of Technology curriculum. I had to get that in here somewhere. This was I did the Nope, Amanda Beard. See, I'm already screwing up. Book, and I didn't put that there, so I'm putting that here. Run, but not run, or gallop. Okay, here we go. I got 15. These are the things I flagged. Page 3. We're gonna see if I can even remember. Oh, he wants to make swimming an every year sport instead of once in every 4-year sport. Is that why FINA accelerated their World Aquatics Championships to be every year for a number of years? Whoa, okay. Page 11. He doesn't have much to say to me. Oh, he doesn't have to nag. He passes judgment on those who are nagged at, that they are lazy. I'm like, as someone who's been nagged at, I can say that that's not true. It tends to be bad people who do the nagging. Okay. But he actually says the word nag. So that was page 11. Nope. Yes. Okay. Page 25, he talks, and this is a recurring theme, WR, world record, is next to his name and the time of his race, and this was for the 2004 Summer Olympic Games, I think, or something. Yes. What a privilege to have world record on the display board when one achieves a world record. Okay, this huge privilege. Okay, I'm sorry to say it. Okay, he brings up somewhere before this next mention, so page, the next flag is on page 33, and I'm flagging it because somewhere before page 33, he says he was diagnosed with ADHD, and then he talks on page 33, he, quote, just swim, eat, and sleep. Okay, that's not, ADHD is not funnel brain. So it's like, that's a contradiction. And he in 32 and 33, he talks about how he wants to live in a bubble, right? Not talk to anybody or anything like that. I'm like, that's get a whole head culture these days, right? Okay. Like people who always want to get ahead. Page 95 talks about a huge tattoo on a French guy's shoulder. I was like, is he trying to foreshadow lots of tattoos in swimming? I don't know. He's like, I caught it, man. I put it in the book. Okay. Page 113, he goes West Germany instead of Germany. And I was like, does he really hate women like me, people like me who are East German that much? Like East German by descent. Okay. Page 141, I'm bringing this up because I read James Patterson decided to throw Michael Phelps under the bus for a driving under the influence arrest in a Tiger Woods biography. Okay. In 2014. Oh, don't worry, Mr. Patterson, you might want to read this book because he in November 2004 he got arrested for driving after drinking. So it's not just a singular account. Okay. Page 153. His breakthrough moment in terms of press coverage, and I talked in the Matthew McConaughey autobiography, Green Lights, he had A Time to Kill, that movie, and it was fame, people knew him. His Page 153, it was 2004 when he was 19 years of age, per this autobiography. 2004 Summer Olympic Games for Michael Phelps was it for him, per this. All right. Something I did not know about the training of Michael Phelps is that his sprint repertoire, his sprint program, training in sprints, was actually derived from the training books of Alexander Popov of Russia. Not that Bob Bowman would own up to that today. Okay, that it all came from the Russians, all the training, and how many people in America use that now? Good to know that it all comes from the Russians and Alexander Popov. I should put this in my Befriending Alexander Popov playlist on this YouTube channel. Okay. Page 190, let's see, Matt Biondi of, I think it's Australia, has foreshadowed all of, or predicted all of women in modern swimming correctly. He was like, 1/100th of a second, what if I had grown my fingernails longer? It's like, wow, the ladies do that these days. Did they just go, hot Australian man, let's do it. Okay. Okay, page 201, the man who I deemed my favorite during the 2008 Summer Olympic Games. Was he my favorite? No, I liked him more, okay. I liked him best, so not favorite, I liked him best, was Kavic of Serbia. And he wore a t-shirt kind of like Rylov did in Russia, but he was allowed to compete, but he had gotten like banned, you know, and I was like, I love my people who are patriotic for their European original peoples, nations. I can't say that's true for Americans who represent America and have zero Native American ancestry, right? That's just being offensive to us Native American derived peoples. Okay. But he talks about making a rivalry with Phelps. And I was like, that's definitely what they're doing these days with the American press. That's like their red herring that they're chasing after, that they're never going to get, but they're not smart enough to wake up to they're never going to get. It's just reframing it to make a rival for anybody who wins a bunch of medals in individual events. Just throw an American on them and siphon it off. You know, siphon off the notability, and the rest of us go, you guys are so backwards in the brain. Okay, page 218. We can officially confirm that the International Olympic Committee did not ban Russia because of a military invasion, because after the United States of America invaded Iraq, Michael Phelps carried an American flag that had been in Iraq on the pool deck at the 2008 Summer Olympic Games. Was that 2008? So I'm like, man, Evgeny Rylov looks like a saint by comparison, doesn't he? Yes, it's not like they did anything to the Americans when during that military invasion. IOC, International Olympic Committee, goes, kill the Muslims. That's how I interpret their actions. Okay. Then let's see, page 228. People calling his mom by her first name, even though they had never met. And he passes judgment. He's like, but they make it look like they're old friends. And I was like, maybe instead of trying to be paranoid and spinning it against everybody else as the problem, just be like, maybe they watched the broadcast. Okay, and then page 250, he's looking forward to 2010 and beyond when swimming could just be swimming, just swimming. I'm like, I did my knees in swimming. 2010 was the year I hung up my competition cap in swimming. My knees got done in. I prefer the ability to walk and run. So I'm no Michael Phelps, not even by sport. Yes. In conclusion, it marked full book number 47 for me for the 2024 year. 3 out of 5 stars from me for this reading.